How to optimize your Instagram? Very simple with these steps. The first thing you need to do is look at your username. Is your username too long? Is your username very overwhelming? Does it have too many numbers? Does it have all these periods and underscores? Does your username not make sense to what you're sharing on your content? You need to make sure your username sticks, and it's very easy to read and remember. The next thing is you want to make sure is you have a profile picture that sticks out. If your profile picture doesn't stick out and it's too crowded, it's too noisy, it's not understandable, it doesn't look good quality, then you're probably not going to stick out. When you're starting off, people want to see who you are, your face, especially if you're a personal brand, and show what you're going to be posting on social media. If it's serious, maybe have a more serious look. If it's exciting, humorous, funny, maybe have an exciting look. If it's something you mean business, again, go back to a more serious look. Maybe it's an in-between, but make sure that your profile picture matches the content you're posting, also as well matches the information that you're sharing, and also as well the type of community you want to build. The next thing is your bio. You want to make sure your bio gets straight to the point and tells your audience who you are and what you do and how you can serve them. Very important and very specific. And you also want to make sure that if you are going to provide links on there to your website or to wherever you want to draw them to, it's one link. Don't make it confusing. Make it easy for them to find it and click on it, whatever your goal is. The next thing is you want to make sure your profile grid looks healthy. You want to have a combination of different content, video content, carousels, static posts. You want to make sure you have a healthy blend so that way you can see the type of content that your audience wants to engage with. And then this will let you know when you're starting off, as you're building, what content you need to focus more on. Make sure you have a healthy spread on your profile so that way you can start getting more information as you're starting, as you're starting to create content and putting yourself out there. But eventually your profile grid will change as you're getting feedback for your content. The next thing is you want to make sure you're active on IG stories. Why? Because this is important. This is your storytelling. This is where you can be even more raw and you can share what's going on in the moment. So make sure you spend time at least posting, I want to say at least 4 or 5 IG story posts a day. It doesn't have to be everything about your work or everything about your exact specific industry or the things you're talking about. Show the things of your life that you like to enjoy doing. Show other aspects of your life and dive people into it. They enjoy that. And then on top of that, you also want to make sure that if you have IG highlights, make sure that your IG highlights make sense to your personal brand, to the things you're sharing, and also as well that you don't have random things in your IG highlights that don't make sense. Make sure it makes sense to that specific IG highlight. And the other thing that's very important as well is use your collaborative feature tools on social media. If you're collaborating with people on Instagram, invite them as collaborators, especially if you're creating content together. Do not be scared to do that. It's a great way to get new eyes on your content and help them as well. And it shows your audience that you like to collaborate with others. It's a great tool. I love it. And it drives a lot of engagement. So do not be scared to use that tool. Very, very important. And another thing is make sure that you're constantly commenting back on the people who engage with you. Always get back to your audience. That's a number one rule of thumb, is get back to your audience all the time. Whether it's on comments, on DMs, you got to make sure you engage with them. You're going to see a huge shift in your personal brand, in your business, in conversions by just getting back to your audience. Another thing that's very important is make sure in your captions, make sure that they make sense to what the post is, and make sure that it highlights enough to speak about the post, but you don't want to give everything away. And then as well, if you put a call to action, make sure the call to action makes sense and gets them to do the exact one thing you want them to do. You shouldn't be having 2-3 calls to action. One call to action. Don't overwhelm your audience by looking at too much. Try these things out. Very simple way to start. And trust me, you will start seeing results. Get back to me and let's go.